10 reasons that makes living in your car a good thing. Well, for the past 4 years, I've been living out of my car, and for 15 years, I lived out of a house. So in my experience, I'm going to run down the top 10 reasons which makes car living a good thing. It's not for everyone. Different people have different life circumstances, but for me, with my circumstance, it's been a good thing. Will I ever change my living circumstance and go back to an apartment or house? It's certainly possible. So we have to remember that life is fluid, not static, meaning that life does not stay the same year in, year out. Life is constantly changing and evolving, and you have to too. So with that being said, that's the foundation for a healthy mind and sharing my experience. So let's get right into the top 10 reasons why living in your car is a good thing. Number 1, you have no rent and no mortgage. The average rent in America is $1,200 per month. And in some instances, that does not include utilities. I've discussed in several videos that even if you pay your mortgage off, you'll still have property tax, home insurance, and HOA, maintenance, renovations, and of course utilities. So for many people, even if they don't have a mortgage, housing costs are usually at least above $1,000 per month. So to eliminate that, in living in your car, you will not eliminate all expenses because you'll spend more in gas in your vehicle, wear and tear, and certainly if you have an RV camper or something, you have to factor in costs with that, campground cost. But either way, you are eliminating rent and mortgage. And that's the number one reason, or one of the top 10 reasons why to live in your car. Number 2. The number 2 reason is no maintenance. Owning a home for 15 years, I could tell you one thing that became a burden was the ongoing, never-ending maintenance. Whether it's the maintenance of a water heater, of a furnace, of an air condensing unit, of just the upkeep of a house. And that's what separates renting versus owning. And so that no maintenance, I guess, would be more geared towards those who own property. Is, whether you're doing lawn care, whether you're doing tile work, or whether you're doing water heater work, that the maintenance never stops. And so when you live in your car, there's no maintenance other than basic car maintenance, but you're going to need a car usually even if you have a house. So you've eliminated a huge part of maintenance in your life, and maintenance sucks. So that's a reason why living in your car is a good thing. Number 3. The number 3 reason why living in your car is a good thing is because you have limited liability. Okay. When you own property, in many home owner insurance policies, you have to take out liability insurance. Now, it's true when you have a vehicle, by law, you need a level of liability insurance, but you're not liable for a building. You're not liable for all the components in the building. So I know in the previous bullet point, I talked about no maintenance, but having no liability with regards to your housing unit, and if it's connected to another housing unit, how, like as an example, I had a second story condo, and if there was a leak that affected the first floor condo, that's a liability. And so just that weighing over your mind, even with insurance, it's not a fun thing. So you eliminate that, and that's what makes living in your car a great thing. Number 4, no cleaning. Most people who have a apartment or a house, on the weekends, what they do is clean. Most people hire a cleaner. They pay maybe $100 a week or whatever it may be. And so cleaning products, paper towels, Windex, all these different things are part of home ownership. And many people outsource that through hiring a cleaning service. Just another thing that comes with the conforming life. So this is why living in your car, it's a great reason where you don't have to worry about that. Okay. Number 5, no renovations. Home Depot, Lowe's Hardware, they're filled with people that never stop going there because there's always another renovation. There's always a point where your backsplash goes out of style, where your paint colors get tiresome. And most of your extra time in life after work, is spent renovating. And that's not exciting, not inspiring, at least to me at this season of my life. And what I can tell you is, owning a property for 15 years, there wasn't much I didn't renovate in that house, and that's a burden. Number 6, no realtors. When you buy or when you sell a property, for most people, they use a realtor. Not all the time. You can buy a property from a homeowner directly. I did it when I bought my property, but when I sold it, I used a realtor. But even if you don't use a realtor, just under this bullet point is you have title insurance, closing agent, home inspection. And so you eliminate a level of the middleman when you live in a car. You don't, if you want to get out of a property, if you want to buy a property, you're adding a lot of middlemen and middle women, realtors, closing agents, home inspections. It's just a disaster. So that's a reason to live in your car. Number 7, no HOAs. HOAs stand for Homeowners Association. You live in a community, you pay a monthly fee. Now that monthly fee is not a waste, because if you owned a single family house, you still have to account for a certain amount of your monthly budget that goes to lawn care, because you need a lawnmower, you need gas. You may outsource that. You may hire someone to do it. You'll still need a savings account for your roof or your siding, and you may or may not have a pool. So when you own property or when you rent in an HOA, there's a payment you do every month that pools resources and allows you to have a nicer, more uniform community at the same or less than you would spend on a single family house. Sometimes single family homeowners don't recognize that because they don't account for what they spend in their maintenance and their upkeep and their amenities for their single family house. But the bad part about an HOA is a lot more relationships. Okay. And those relationships are governed by law, by binding bylaws that obligate you to conform with the voting agenda of the HOA. Everyone has a vote as a homeowner in an association, but just like in America, once certain laws are instituted, you have to follow them even if you don't agree with them. Number 8. So if you don't have an HOA, even if you have a single family, you have neighbors. So number 8 is no neighbors. That's why you want to live in your car. When you live on wheels, you never have a fixed neighbor, even if you're at a campground. Why? Because you can start your vehicle and leave. And that's a reason to live in your car. One of the most attractive. The best part, or one of the best parts about living in a vehicle, whether RV, car, or van, is that you are on wheels. And if you get aggravated with something, specifically in this bullet point, neighbors, you can change that at any time without going through all the hassles of getting out of a lease or selling a property. And that's a reason to live in your car. 2 more. Number 9, no storm damage. If you like beautiful states like Florida, you don't never have to worry about hurricane damage. Why? Because you don't live in a house or apartment. You live in a vehicle. And as I stated in a previous vehicle, you can start your vehicle and leave anytime there's a storm approaching. Is that a good thing? Yes. Did I do that last year when there was a major hurricane in Florida? Yes. So you never have to worry about that. If you were in California and there were wildfires and you wanted to get out of there, you can get out of there. You'll never have storm damage. If tornadoes are coming and you live in the middle of the country, you can get out of there without damage. Why? Again, you live on wheels. The 10th and final reason why living in your car is a good thing. No commitment. If commitment makes you anxious, if signing a lease agreement, if signing a mortgage starts to give you bubble guts, it starts to give you butterflies and not the good type, like the type that you want to throw up, then you're similar to me. You don't like to be committed. You don't like to be obligated. You like to be able to change your mind like this. And so living in your car, van, or RV, living on the road, the number one or one of the best things is you're not committed to anything other than yourself, other than self-care. And that's it. I want to end this how I started it. Life is fluid, not static, meaning things change. Your age may change or will change. Your health may change. And so living in your car may not be ideal for your entire life. It may not even be ideal for a season of your life. This is just one guy sharing his experience. 4 years now living in a car. 15 years I lived in a house. So I have perspective and experience on both. Both have their own reasons why and why not to do it. Okay, and I'll probably do another video, 10 reasons why not to live in your car. I'll do that. So, but in my experience, that's what I wanted to share with you. I hope it was informative, inspirational, entertainment, whatever it is. If it was, click the thumbs up, subscribe. If you're not, thank you to all my members who support the channel. Love to you. If you're not a member, click that blue join button. You'll get unlimited access to all my live feeds, along with a custom badge, custom emojis, and I appreciate you. All right, have a great day. Stay inspired. Do the best you can, one day at a time. Peace.